I swear to God, we do everything so goddamn ass backwards in this country. I get water delivery. The big 5 gallon jugs, because we live on a well here. Well, water sucks. So we get water delivery. And we have a guy that comes every 2 weeks, and we get about 4 or 5 jugs every delivery. And he's an older gentleman, gray hair. He's got a real bad limp. And they throw him a little something at the holidays, try and take care of him whenever I can. And then he wasn't on the route the last time around. And then he calls this week and he goes, hey, I know your normal day is Wednesday. I'm going to be out on Sunday. I got a doctor's appointment. So I can't make it on Wednesday. So he was just here. I go out and I'm talking to him. I'm like, hey, is everything okay, man? He's like, the company got bought out, so they're changing up the routes. He gets paid commission. He gets paid per bottle. And he doesn't know if his route's going to be taken away from him because a competing company bought up and they've got another truck in the area already. So he doesn't even know what his future is going to be. He's a couple of years, he's 2 years away from retirement. Can't afford to retire. He's got chronic gout. He's got this gigantic thing on his elbow, and he's hobbling, and he's talking to me about how he goes home in pain every single night, and it's getting harder and harder to do the job. And so he's going to talk to his doctor about maybe putting him on disability, but he doesn't even know if he's going to be a candidate for that. And I'm standing out there talking to this guy. He's been doing this for 30 years. And you would think that 33 years, 3 decades of busting your fucking ass would get you to the point where you could retire. But he's still got to work a few more years until he gets to retirement. He's still got to break his body a few more years till he gets to retirement. Why do we do this to people in our country? Why do we do this to ourselves in this country? Dude's 62 years old and he's humping 5-gallon jugs of water up and down driveways and sidewalks. I almost feel like starting one of them fucking GoFundMe pages for him, like that lady did with the 73-year-old waitress, or who was walking through the restaurant and talking about how she couldn't afford to retire. That's why she has to keep working. A guy like this should not still have to fucking do this job. A guy like this should not still have to fucking break his back carrying 5-gallon jugs of water up and down driveways and shit like this. We do it so goddamn backwards in this country. So goddamn often. He's a nice guy, man. He's a great guy. Just an average, everyday American Joe trying to keep a fucking roof over his head. And to do so, he's got to just beat the shit out of his body. He was telling me about how he, maybe he can get through his front yard, in the summertime, mowing his front yard, before his knee gets to the point where he can't fucking walk anymore. He's got to go inside. He's got to eat fucking pills and put his knee up before maybe he can do his backyard in the afternoon. Maybe it's got to be another day. Because his body's already so broken, and then he has to do this all day. And because of the merger, he lost one of his big accounts already, which was $17,000 a year for him. That is not the way a society should treat its elders. It just isn't.